So welcome back with just the host. Today we're talking about controlled airspace and uncontrolled airspace. Might be some jokes in here too. We got jokes.
Ooh. And not so good jokes, but some jokes.
There's some dad jokes.
Some dad jokes.
And Brennan's going to tell you another Wright Brothers history fact.
Yes.
Brennan knows all about the Wright brothers.
All of
on this episode of
Flight Tales.
Woo!
What?
And now for the runway report.
Okay. So we just start talking.
Runway
Now
report.
time for the runway report. Runway report. Yeah, runway report.
Let's do it.
We have one of our instructors right now taking his check ride for his to be an instrument instructor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trumpet.
Little does he know, he's getting fired. He's getting fired if he fails.
That's right. That's right. We're not keeping him.
The stakes are high.
Yes.
Yeah.
The stakes have never been higher.
We didn't tell him, but he we made that decision already.
Yeah, he's gonna get fired, and there's 4 other CFIs in line waiting to take his job. So,
Yes.
just so he knows.
But
he doesn't know any of this.
No, we're just
wait
making
till he
this up
gets
right
back.
now as we sit
Yeah.
here at on
And
the
then
podcast.
he's got his first student going for a check ride today too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Mitchell.
Oh, no. So he really is going to get fired if he
He's
doesn't.
really stressed out today.
We were talking about both of them failing on the same day.
Y'all both just go home. Never come back.
Like Peyton's sitting down with him, he doing the debrief with him. He's like, I really don't know. Actually, I do know because you also failed. It's perfect sense why both of you failed now.
We talked about the cylinders last time for 6-4 Papa. They are being put on right now.
When is it going to be done?
I don't know.
This is the same exact conversation as last week.
Yeah, same conversations
So
last
no
week.
updates on it?
I thought a
No
week would be
updates.
close.
All I know is John brought the oil pressure gauge back up there for him to install, and he was putting the cylinders on yesterday. So
Nice.
probably won't be too long. It will probably be either the Friday
nice.
or
Super nice 6-4 Papa's going to
Yeah.
be back. Got a whole new radio.
yeah, got
and
a
all
whole
that.
new radio, and it's all fancy. Yeah, ready for
As
that.
fancy as it's going to get.
Yes.
Unless we add air condition to it.
Oh no.
That would be
I
phenomenal.
wonder if somebody did that.
Let's start a GoFundMe.
Hey,
Add air conditioning to the 152.
we should all just put our cover pictures of like hot, sweaty instructors. And be like, in the arms
There we go.
Slow, choppy
Yes.
footage.
Yes.
If you want to support one pilot
$1
for
can
10
help
cents
us.
a month, you can help us get an AC unit for our airplane.
Just get all the instructors laying out.
Yeah. We should have had pictures from Rocking on the Runway because that was when y'all sweat the most.
That, yes.
Back
I
up
got a
flying
couple.
around. Yeah.
I got one of y'all in the
just like coming out the plane and just sweat
soaking wet,
pouring off of them. Yeah.
Yeah. It was awful. It was not fun. It was fun.
But you loved it. It was not fun, but you loved it.
But it was, yeah. It was
fun.
hot.
No, it really was fun. It just, the hot part was not fun. I'm serious.
What about the other airplanes that were out?
Other airplanes that were out. Well, we got some 100 hours done. We got, I don't know which one was out last time.
But all of them are here. Being
All
used.
of them are being utilized. 6-4 Papa was the only one that's not.
Yep.
Yep, they're all flying.
Let's get some pre-solo advice.
Pre-solo advice. Airspace.
Cool.
Now time for tower talk.
Yeah.
Airspace, cool.
Yeah, so I don't think most people, I don't know, the classification between hey, maybe I should think about what I'm trying to say before I say it.
So,
I don't know.
yeah,
most people,
yeah. Okay. Airspace.
Airspace.
there are two classifications.
You got the
of
controlled
airspace.
airspace and the uncontrolled airspace. It seems like people don't think of airspace in two classifications.
No.
They
They
get
think of it
stuck on
in like 8 different classifications.
Yeah, they get stuck on each individual airspace.
Yep.
Oh, so it's not even like they think it's all the same. Like just there's airspace and there's different things you got to do in different ones.
Yeah.
It's just there's this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one.
Yeah.
They just remember like, oh, it's Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, and they kind
There's
of
no
golf.
F. They didn't put an F in there for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason they take the F out.
The FAA said no F.
The FAA, they said we got the F.
We got the
We
F.
got that. That's
So-
us. But they forget that there's 2 classifications of both of them. It's not just,
So that's really the split. There's
Yeah.
one and the other.
there's one, it's controlled and uncontrolled. And that's what a lot of people forget about. And then they don't really understand what controlled or uncontrolled is. Because the first thing they say is, like, if you ask them what's controlled airspace, they say, oh, a tower. That's not right.
Oh,
Uncontrolled, yes, will have no tower, but it's not uncontrolled because it has no tower.
right.
Right. Uncontrolled is just golf. That's it.
Golf?
Golf. That's
Golf, G.
Yep.
Phonetic alphabet, G.
Oh, y'all
Yeah.
do this
Golf
all the
airspace.
time to me.
Golf.
it. It's just golf airspace.
Golf.
It's just golf.
Yep. So that's
Basically
the,
a golf course.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the only one that's uncontrolled, and then everything else is controlled. It's big to understand what's controlled and what's uncontrolled because you have weather minimums that are based off of controlled and uncontrolled airspaces. So
What are weather minimums? Is that a height thing?
It's a visibility distance you can see.
Say that again.
Visibility. So distance you can see from like me sitting in this chair. How far can I see into the distance?
Oh, okay.
Or, and it can be cloud heights
Gotcha.
from the ground. So in uncontrolled, you have the weather minimums are not as strict. So you can fly around in uncontrolled airspace with 1 mile visibility. So you see 1 mile in front of you and clear of clouds. So that's where I was talking about where you could be right under the clouds as long as you see the ground.
Yes.
Right under there. And then you can see like that, a lot of times the crop dusters will still go flying because as long as they stay in uncontrolled airspace,
They're good to go.
they're good to go.
So that's the weather minimums that you need to be in VFR compared to IFR, right? Can't fly IFR. Well, as soon as the weather deteriorates lower than those weather minimums, you have to have IFR. You have to be an instrument rated on an instrument plan. Right.
That makes sense.
So that's the point of the weather minimums.
Yeah.
Right. And then for controlled airspace, you got 3 statute miles of visibility and you got 1,000 foot ceilings. So a little bit more strict, a little bit more criteria.
There's some more weather minimums. So people get caught up in the
Yes.
specifics of each class. So you got,
So there's different ones for each class.
yeah, there's different weather while you're flying.
So
there's different distances you got to be from clouds and there's different visibilities. And people often forget about the takeoff and landing. So I try to question people on, so if you're taxiing out and you call tower for takeoff and it's 800 foot ceiling, like the clouds are at 800 feet, what's tower going to say? And people kind of get lost in that and they're like, I don't know. What's VFR and to take off? It's 500 feet below, 1,000 above, 2,000 horizontally. It's like, yeah, that's when you're flying, but what about takeoff and landing? And the rule is 1,000 foot ceiling and
But
3 mile visibility.
shouldn't they ask what class?
So that's where they get confused.
Yeah.
They're getting confused.
Wait, answer. Should they ask?
So no. Well,
Okay,
it's
It's not about what class you're
Yeah.
in.
Gotcha.
This is where you have it's a controlled airspace, so we have to be. Therefore, we have to have 3 mile visibility and 1,000 foot ceiling.
Gotcha.
Yep. Everybody does
Period.
that. Though.
Like
Yeah,
period.
every student that we have, every student that I've had has some sort of confusion whenever they come into that. You'll say, what's VFR weather minimums? And they'll go, 3 statute miles visibility, 500 feet below. I'm like, yep, that's cloud clearances. Yeah, you're talking about how far you have to be away from clouds. What about if you are just taking off? What do you need to take off? When are they going to require you to file a flight plan? Because we can do 3152 all day if the clouds are at 8,000 feet, right? But do we need to file an instrument flight plan for that? And they're like, no. I was like, well, when will we? And then that's the part that they have to understand. Right. So that's the main reasons that you have to understand the controlled and uncontrolled airspace. And then you start getting into the classes and
Yes.
what you have to do for all of them.
So if you're trying to fix that problem that you're talking about, what would you tell somebody? Like as simple as you can.
Takeoff and landing versus flying.
Yep.
Different question, basically.
Yeah. I'm talking about what VFR weather minimums, that is what we need to take off and land at an airport. If we don't got it,
Can't do
or
it.
if it's lower than that, we got to be instrument, right? But then we got, whenever we're flying,
Yep.
you know, you got your cloud clearances and your visibility that you have whenever you're flying now.
And that changes depending on which class.
Yes.
That changes depending on what class. Yep.
Yep.
So yeah.
But it's always the same in uncontrolled.
Well, at night you have different weather minimums. Yeah, at night they restrict it a little more to where you have to have the 3 mile visibility, 1,000 feet above, 500 below, 2,000
But it's
horizontal.
still a clear cut during the day in uncontrolled. It's
Yes.
this.
Correct.
At night, it's this.
Yes.
Correct. Yep.
Yes.
Period.
Yep. They make it very clear cut. There is no wiggle room.
So once you understand that, then it's easy to memorize what you need to know.
Yep.
Yep.
But that's the problem.
Yep.
The understanding it.
Yeah. Well, and that's what happened the other day with me and a student. We were flying around VFR, and then it started raining really bad right over the airport. And the controller came over and was like, "Hey, the field's reporting 1 statute mile the visibility." And he didn't say anything else, but he basically was saying, like, if you want to come back, you got to be instrument, like you got to be on an IFR flight plan. So I had to pick up a flight plan and shoot an approach into the.
Or you can get that special.
Oh yeah,
That special VFR.
yeah, which is also
Yeah.
also a thing. You
So
can do. Ugh, I feel so uncomfortable.
Sounds really special.
It
that
is
special VFR, yeah.
basically just drop.
Thank you. Can y'all tell me what is happening?
It's basically it's special VFR. It just drops. It drops your. It allows you to land at a controlled airport that has the 3,000 foot, 3 statute miles of visibility, 1,000 foot ceilings. It drops the weather minimum to 1 statute mile and clear clouds like it would be in golf.
Yep.
But you need a clearance for it. You can't just get it.
Like, so Tower has to say, you're cleared for a special VFR.
You can't just get it.
Yeah.
Like you can't just be like, "Oh, I'm going on special VFR, guys." No, you gotta.
I'm special.
Yeah.
What? How do you get it?
And also the controllers can't say anything about it. So you have to know about it in order to request
It's
it.
like a secret menu thing.
Yes. it's like something that's not on the menu.
Yeah.
And then so you call them up and you say,
I've heard
Hey,
about
bro.
this.
hey, Lafayette Tower,
Give me them goods.
can you give me that special? What's that special today?
And they all look around. They're like,
I can give you that special.
"He was that special."
I get it now. I get why y'all are being so weird about it.
I don't think they like giving special VFR out though.
It's because I think they have to have special clearances, like it's more strict for them. So they have to keep the planes away from, farther away from you and that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like they almost have to know you. Like, hey, okay, I know you're good at what you're doing and know what you're doing or whatever. Or I know you're with an instructor or whatever. In order for them to be like, yeah, okay, you can do it.
Yeah, because student pilots can't do the special.
I figured.
Well, I mean,
would
if you
hope
ask
not.
for it, I mean, they don't necessarily have to. If you ask for it and they're able to give it to you,
So if they give it to you, it's mainly because there are no other planes around. Or not close enough to.
If they had I would imagine, like you said, with the rule that they're saying where they got to keep their distance now,
Yeah.
it's about their separation from traffic, right? Their separation limits have been longer.
For
Been
them.
made bigger
Yeah,
for
for
you
them.
I
because
see.
you have special now. If they have 7 other planes in the pattern that are instrument planes coming into land, they're not about to just turn all 7 of those planes that are getting vectored in.
Just because you asked for a
Just
special.
because you
yeah.
asked for
Yeah, I
special,
gotcha.
right?
Yeah.
They're gonna say, "Hey,
Just wait.
We can't.
Yeah.
We can't give you special.
So
What?
can you just not land?
Well,
You'd
you
have to
can-
go somewhere else."
Yeah, you'd have to go somewhere else. You can't land at this airport until the weather gets better.
So you'd have to fly
So you
away
just-
from the
Yeah.
weather until
in their case, if it was nice where they were at, they just have to stay out there until the weather clears up, visibility gets better, the rain stops, whatever.
Gotcha.
Yep.
It moves from over the airport to somewhere else.
Yeah.
You can land in another airport. You divide.
I just want to go
divert. Yeah. You don't want to stop in another airport.
No.
home.
But some places like busy airports like New Orleans or Houston, they won't let you do a special VFR.
Yeah.
They're too busy.
Like it's just not a thing for those busy
Yeah, it
ones.
says it on the chart. No special VFR.
Oh, it
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Because they have their information block basically telling you all the important stuff you need to know about this airport.
Mhm.
And then at the top of it, it says no SVFR.
Huh.
So, yeah. Don't
Yeah.
even bother, brother.
Nope.
Because it ain't
Don't
happening.
ask
We ain't
for it.
answering.
We ain't got that special.
Sorry,
Call.
can't hear you. Whatever you call. Can I get that special VFR? Sorry, couldn't
Nope.
hear
We ain't got it. What'd you say? Huh?
you.
Sorry.
We got what we got, brother.
Yeah.
Deal with it. It's like
Controlled
cakes.
and uncontrolled.
Cakes. The cakes just keep getting bigger and bigger for the airspaces and whatnot. So
The ingredients have to change.
Upside down wedding cakes.
yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
bravo, busy.
That's
we
how-
talked about that.
We got so specific in the.
Well, that's
for
how we
no
describe the
reason.
different airspaces.
Yep.
Upside down wedding cake. You know, Class C is kind of like a small upside down wedding cake, and Class B is like a big upside down
It's
wedding
like
cake.
you weren't poor growing up, so you got a big.
Yeah, you got a big wedding cake, you know?
Yeah.
That sounds like the worst way to explain it.
I paste the picture for you. That's the point.
Like each layer of a cake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you see,
Kind of like in a wedding cake's the same size to me. Like they're all the same.
Oh, well, that has the
No,
little
yeah.
shelves, you know?
I
Yeah.
see what you mean.
Yeah.
now.
so you got on the ground. You start at the ground. You got that skinny top part of the cake that goes up like this, right? And
okay,
then
you're on top of the cake.
we're upside down. The cake is
We
upside
turn
down.
it upside down.
Okay. Y'all know there's this thing called an upside down cake.
Yes, upside down wedding cake though. It's
Yes,
a-
I thought he was just saying
Yeah.
an upside down cake. That's a wedding cake. So
No.
I got real confused.
No. So
Man, I'm confused now too about
it-
these cakes.
There's a thing called
Airspace.
an
I didn't know there were like different
here
kinds.
you go. Wedding cake flipped upside down.
That-
There we
Yes.
go.
You've never heard of an upside down cake?
Oh,
Yes,
I
I
mean,
have.
I probably have. I've probably eaten one.
That's why he's not confused. I've probably eaten one.
But airport starts right here. You'll have your first layer, right? The cake is upside down, and then it goes
People
up.
are in the ground.
Yep, people are in the ground. That's the first layer.
Yeah.
And then it goes out, and then it goes up, and then it goes out,
A, B, C,
and it
D,
goes
E.
up, and then you got
That's
multiple
a
layers.
B. That's big. That's
Yeah,
big.
that's a big one.
big.
I thought E was the biggest.
Oh no. Well, I mean,
E is everywhere.
He's the busiest.
E is
no,
everywhere.
B is busy.
B is busy. E is everywhere. This is why people have a hard time with airspace. Well, I mean, B makes sense. It goes about busy airports. It's around busy airports. So like Houston, Memphis, Dallas, busy airport, busy cities, big cities.
Airspace isn't like you do one video and get it.
No, it's we're gonna have to talk about this for a long time.
Airspace is
Very
there's
complex.
a lot. There's people that it takes quite a few grounds for them to get airspace. The airport's going to start on the ground, and that airport's there, right? And then depending on how it's depicted on the chart is going to dictate how high that Bravo goes. I want you to go find this picture online, and it's a picture that has a side view of it, and it has alpha. It'll have alpha at the top, and it won't be touching anything besides alpha. And then underneath that, it'll be echo. Every single place in the sky will be echo above 1,200 feet. And then it'll have a Bravo airspace, a Charlie airspace, a Delta airspace, an Echo airspace.
Lafayette's a Class C, and it goes up to 4,000 feet. And then above that and all around the Class C is E. When you get 10 miles from the airport, you're entering the Class C. And then above 4,000 feet, you're in Class E, but below 4,000 feet, you're in Class C. The color changes on the chart to tell you that the line changes between E and G. And so like standard is 1,200 feet above the ground is E. But in some places around certain airports, like he drew there, it goes down to 700. In some places, there is no G
And how do you know this?
by the different colors on the chart.
So you just look at the
It's
chart.
marked on the chart, yeah.
Look
If
at
you
your
don't
chart.
memorize it, you need to check the
You
chart.
got a legend
There's
on
a
the
legend.
chart. There's a legend on the chart. You can look at that and it tells you all that.
Right. But like if you're just flying, you're not staring at the chart. And if you're about to go
No.
into an airspace, and you don't know, you need to look at it.
You need to look at your chart. That's why we have our iPads with ForeFlight, because it has the chart.
That answers, so
A
many
lot
more
of stuff.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think of it as Bravo's the most busy, so you need the most to get into
Stuff,
a Bravo.
yeah.
Yeah, you need the most, right? So you got ADS-B out, Mode C transponder, two-way radio communication, and a clearance, right? So you have to hear Cessna 65752 New Orleans approach cleared into the Bravo. You can't just fly into
There's
a
so
Bravo.
many planes going into a Bravo or Class B is that they want to have more control over the people coming in and out of that airspace
To make it safer.
safer. And they're going to put you closer to other airplanes, so you'll be able to spot other
Yeah.
airplanes close by. So I've gone to Atlanta with a guy in a 182, and they told us remain outside the Bravo. So because they were so busy, they didn't want us to go in. Well, the airport we were going to was below the Bravo, so we dropped altitude.
So you can miss the Bravo if you
Yeah,
go low.
correct.
enough.
You could go
Because of
below
those
it.
cakes, right?
Yeah.
You saw those shelves that we had.
And so,
I wasn't fully understanding that in the picture, but now that you say that,
yeah. So
makes
we
sense.
went below the Bravo. We stayed out of the airspace, and then we went to the airport, and it was a Class D airport, so we had to talk to the tower
So the airspace was Class B,
above it.
but the airport was Class D.
Yep. And so then
That's
we went.
cool.
We talked to tower, and they cleared us to land, and we went in and landed.
So as long as you don't go in the airspace, you could still land.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So B needs all that stuff. You go to C. C needs one less thing, right?
Yeah.
So C, you got to have ADS-B out, Mode C transponder, and two-way radio communication. You don't need the clearance. And then you drop down to D, and you need even less than that. You just need two-way radio communication.
Well, in the Class D airspace, they use cans and string. That's what they have.
So
in there.
that's all you need.
That's
but
all
you
you
got to
need.
make sure you have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all you need. Some cans and
Throw it
string.
out the window and they catch it. Yeah, you're good.
You're good. You're clear to land.
Is there a 10-second way to fix the problem students are having with understanding all of this? Because it's a lot. It is.
Yeah.
But what's the 10-second answer that would help students be like, oh, okay, now I can learn it better?
Understand the difference between controlled and uncontrolled, and understand what VFR weather minimums are and what your cloud clearances and visibility are.
Basically, start with the differences of those.
Yep.
And then
If
you
you
can
know the
learn what they
difference
are.
between those two, you can learn the airspaces, and they'll just start to fall in with them. You just got to understand the differences between those two. If you don't, you'll get confused with a lot of stuff. So,
Immediately and never understand the rest.
Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah.
And then I finally understood. I was like, that's what all of the other stuff means.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. What he said.
Now time for Today in Aviation History.
Today in aviation history. Okay. So you going first or am I going first?
I go first.
You go
They
first?
call it today on October 3rd in 1900. Probably on this day.
Wait, this didn't really happen?
Oh, it happened, but it just says probably on this
They
day.
have to speculate
Oh.
the exact day.
It's like, we think this day,
Oh,
but
okay.
like,
All right.
I mean, it was the 1900s. Record keeping wasn't at its finest.
Yes, that's right.
Wilbur Wright makes the Wright brothers' first glider flight at Kitty Hawk.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wilbur.
Wilbur.
He did it.
What a guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, this day in history, October 3rd, 1967, Major William J. Knight pilots the North American Aviation X-15 to a speed record of 4,534 miles per hour. It's pretty fast.
Oh, I thought so. I'm not gonna lie. I thought when
What?
he read it at first, he said 400 and something. I was like, oh, that's weak.
But 4,000.
I was like, that's
4,000.
crazy.
The 4,000 is wild.
Yes. I mean,
Is it not supposed to go that fast, or did people just not fly it? It's like your car saying it can go 150, but you never go that fast.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's like
I don't think it. Yeah. I
we
don't know.
don't really go because
Don't
I
go
mean,
that
what
fast.
airliners? What's Mach? Mach is like 700 knots or something like that. Mach 1.
Yeah.
Something
I
like
guess.
that.
Yeah.
So yeah, those guys were probably going like Mach 7 And that's like insane.
That's fast.
I think to this day, the fastest anybody's ever gone is like Mach 8.
That would be in a Class A airspace.
Yes, Class
Maybe
A
even above
airspace.
Class A airspace. Because they go pretty high to do that.
Now time for some cockpit comedy.
All right, you go first this time.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm so excited.
I don't know if we are.
Oh, God.
Why did everyone scream when I held the door open for them?
Because you're on an airplane?
We were on a plane.
Ryan.
It's a good one.
That's cockpit comedy.
There you go. That's it. Well, it's a
That's
good
the
one.
only
It's a
one.
good one.
Look at me like I wasn't supposed to know. It's an airplane joke, man.
Tower. You have traffic at 10 o'clock, 6 miles. Pilot, give us another hint. We have digital watches. You didn't get it?
I'm still trying to get
You said
it.
6 o'clock? Like behind
10
them?
o'clock.
Or
You
like
have traffic
oh,
at
all
10, you have
right,
traffic
I'm
at
getting
10
it.
o'clock, 6
Yeah.
miles.
Yeah, we got digital watches.
Yeah.
Ha!
Ain't got no air over
Which
that.
way does that go?
Yeah, I don't know how to read a regular clock.
And Ryan was thinking, it's okay, so it's 10 o'clock. There's traffic. Is that AM or PM?
Is that AM or PM? Why don't you tell me in Zulu?
Can you tell me in military time?
Military Zulu.
And now the final approach.
What's coming up, Ryan?
October. Cirrus approach.
October is coming up.
October is next.
Technically, we're in October.
October's
We're-
next.
We're in October today.
Oh, we're in October.
It's
So
October 3rd. It's October 3rd.
October 17th, we're going to have a Cirrus event. Ooh.
So 2 weeks from yesterday.
Ooh. And then we're going to have food.
No, it's on a Thursday, huh?
Yeah, it's on a Thursday. I think it's a Thursday.
So
yeah.
2 weeks from today.
So, and we're going to have some food, have some drinks. We're going to have a Cirrus salesman come and some other Cirrus people. And one's going to bring an SR-22T
Yeah.
G7, the latest model.
Let us fly it.
No, you're just going to be able to look at it and touch the buttons. Buttons.
But
So, Brendan, just ask him when he
What?
gets here with it.
oh,
Can I
hey,
fly
can I
it?
fly
Can
it?
I fly it?
Yeah, just
Every
ask.
10 minutes, go something. Can I fly it?
Okay, let me fly it.
I know you said
probably-
no.
I'm trained in I'm a TCI in the
Yeah.
20, bro.
Yeah, I just want to see the difference.
I can fly the 22, bro. Just tell me the speeds.
And we're going to have maybe some Vision jets. Maybe more than one.
Can I fly it?
Yeah, sure. Sure, go ahead. Go fly it. So that's October 17th.
Sweet.
Food, drinks.
Everybody's coming?
Oh, yeah.
Anybody and everybody that's
Anybody
interested?
and everybody who wants to come check it out can come.
How much does it cost to get in?
Oh, no, it's free.
Free?
Put on by Cirrus
That was
and
my
Owens
point.
Flight Training.
Yeah.
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 Come on.
Come on. We might have some drinks,
Ooh. What is the 17th?
some drinks.
Is it a weekday?
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
Damn it.
Not too much drinking.
Ryan's letting everybody take off on Friday, though.
Oh, yeah?
Ryan might take off on Friday. Ryan got a little crazy at the Cirrus party.
You start referring to yourself. That's how you know someone gets drunk when they start referring to themselves as the third person.
That's right.
Ryan is way too drunk right now.
He can't come in tomorrow. He's not going to be here.
Ryan never leaves. He just passes out here
Yeah.
and is still here the next day.
Ryan, go sleep on the couch.
Good night, y'all.
Night.
All right, now we got to do the intro.
Flight sales, woo-woo.
If you made it this far, you listened to the entire episode. And for that, we would just like to say thank you, and we hope you enjoyed it. We would also like to thank Brennan Go for being my co-host today. If you have any questions about today's episode or suggestions for future episodes, just leave a comment or message us, and we'll do our best to answer. If you'd like to check out some fun aviation videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Owens Flight Training, or if you'd like to get more information on becoming a safe, knowledgeable, and confident pilot, just head over to our website, owensflighttraining.com.